Hi, this is Wendy again. I want to take a couple minutes to go through some of the materials tied with Lesson 2. So if you take a look at Real Learn, there's a lot of really strong information in here. This information about the thought process, what goes through the mind when you're thinking about starting a new business, or when you're thinking about venturing somewhere no one else has gone. And a lot of very successful people have done this. So as you read through the information in Real Learn, pay special attention to the key terms, not too many of them, and to this section, because this section is going to build up for your assignment for this week. A little bit more about that in just a couple minutes. So make sure you read this thoroughly before you start. As you read the text, and it's only the second half of Chapter 2, you're going to see some really good information about the thought process that goes into creating a business. The reading is quite short. I think it's 4 or 5 pages in this chapter. It won't take you very long. The one thing I will say, there are 3 different worksheets in the text in the second half. Take a couple minutes to go through these. Mill about them in your mind. See what you think. There's obviously a lot more things you need to consider than just what is in here, but these will start the thought process for you. All right, time to jump into our PowerPoints. Let's see what we've got right here. Now this language is mine because I kind of thoroughly believe it. I've had the opportunity to work with several startups, and it's kind of interesting, the thought process and what they go into it. Basically, what's missing? What can I provide? Often, how can I do it better? What can I do to help or benefit others? Think about companies like Tom's Shoes. And, you know, a lot of people simply say, hey, I want to be in charge. I want to make a lot of money. How do I do it? These are all valid reasons, and these are probably the first round of questions you think about before you go into the many others our text talks about. People often have some personal goals, things they want to look at, things they want to conquer, things they want to consider. Is it about being in charge? Is it about doing something different? Is it about making a lot of money? And you might want to see how much of this vision you want to take on at once. Everyone wants to start a business and be the next Elon Musk. Not everybody can do that. So you start small. Often think about being really successful where you are at the moment and then moving on. Now think about a business vision. How do you want your vision to be? Where do you want to be? So let's talk about the vision itself. Many companies use vision and mission statements, and this is not in the text, but I wanted to include it because I think it's important. The difference between a vision statement and a mission statement is pretty easy. A vision statement is where you want to be. I pulled this from Southwest Airlines. I really enjoy them as a business. From a business and moral and ethics standpoint, I have a lot of respect for the organization. I've had the opportunity to do some work with Colleen Barrett, one of the former CEOs, and a chance to review one of her publications. So let's share just a little bit. Their vision statement, they want to become the world's most loved, most flown, and most profitable airline. That's a broad statement. Now, if that's the vision statement, where do you want to be? It obviously then is followed by the mission statement, which is how you will get there. And they did a really good job. One of their key foci tied to this is that of customer service. They do this really well. Sometimes a dream and making it real, you've got to go through some things. You know, fantasy, what if? Dream, well, do I have the resources? Do I have the knowledge? And then you go through this process. The final step of this process, the dream to reality process, is that of creating a business plan. That's part of what you're going to be doing within this course. Know that entrepreneurs change the world. You can be one of them. Just saying. So, lesson objectives. Can you answer these? Are these familiar to you? Can you identify characteristics of someone who's successful as an entrepreneur? How are these characteristics, and what are the principles of entrepreneurship? And then as you do your self-analysis, what are your results telling you about your ability to be an entrepreneur, what your vision is, where you want to go? So let's talk about the assignment for a second. It's 2 steps. Remember I mentioned part of the information Real Learn ties to your assignment. So what you want to do is go to this section, Real Learn, and I think there's quite a few sections going down with multiple little blue boxes. Read them. Do your own self-analysis. After you have done that, your task is to write an essay. Now this is an essay. This isn't question answer. It's an essay. You need to have an opening paragraph. You need to address every one of the topics. Then you need a closing paragraph, APA style. Keep in mind, I'm here to help you. I want you to be successful in this class, so if I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a great week. I hope all goes well, and I look forward to your submissions this week. I'm anxious to read them.